just fucking felt special. This was a great script, a great team, a great story, great actors all together, and it was an amazing experience. And I'll never forget, well, of course I won't freaking forget it, but you know what I mean? Wasn't it, guys? Am I telling the truth or what?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah. 100%.
That's my turn.
And Tori, how did you get involved?
Yeah, like William, I saw, a breakdown for it, and I kind of had a similar experience. I was like, this seems like something I could sink my teeth into, and so I submitted myself for it. And then I got to do a pre-read, and I came in with like 2 scenes. And Melissa was there, and I did my first read scenes. And Melissa seemed really impressed. She seemed like she really took to me, but someone else had more of a poker face. I couldn't really tell what he was doing. Melissa was like, excited and saying like, keep in touch. And, I mean, there's been some times that I've heard that, and then I've literally heard you got the callback and then not gotten the callback. So I was like, okay, well, we'll see if I ever hear from this again. And then some time passed, and then I was shopping in a Target, and I got a phone call, and it was Savvas, and she said, so it's down between you and another girl, and I'm sending you the full script. I want you to read it and pick 2 scenes and come in and do them for me. And so I just had this whole week before the audition, just like completely delving into the script, getting like so prepared. I was like never prepared for an audition more than this in my whole life. I was like so into it. I was like, I have to get this. And I went in and I did it, and it went great. And Savvas and we talked about the script, and then Savvas just gave me the job right there on the spot. And I just broke down crying. I was so excited because I'd never been offered a role like that in the room. It was like William was saying, a magical experience. I was so shocked and thrilled. And then later on, I found out Savvas told me that there was another girl in the callback process, but it was actually just me, and he wanted to see how well I could break down the script. And I thought that was brilliant. I was like, what scenes with this other girl we're going to choose, and like, what can I do to be different, and like trying to, give it my all. And I thought that was so funny that he just told me that, and there wasn't even somebody else. So that was the process for me.
He's kind of strategic. He does this. He also told me it was another DP.
No, and another producer, by the way.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, it's a good.
Dimitris, you are the only one.
I still find myself saying every now and then, "Let's go, let's go, let's go." I do it to my kid getting her off to school. Okay. Hey, come on, let's go, let's go, let's go.
So this is Tony from backstage. I just wanted to let you know that we had a little snafu live button, and the audience is now joining us 15 minutes late to the mic's technical snafu. So we have to go back and introduce where you're from so that the audience really gets a flavor for that. My apologies, but hey, it's live.
So everybody, we're going to, for those of us that are just now joining us, welcome. This is Jim with the Nevermore Film Festival, and this is the live stream with Katherine's Lullaby. I believe the audience has caught the last 5 minutes, according to the timer here on the thing.
So the party has already started.
Has already started. So we had some technical difficulties, everybody, but we are live.
But welcome,
Well,
come on in. Come on in. Have a seat.
So for those of you that are just now joining us, and those of them that have been waiting for the last couple of minutes to get in, welcome. All you've really missed at this point was just the introductions. I think we went live right as William was starting to talk. So we're going to go back and recap a little bit. Let's start off with the director, Savvas Christou, who is right here. Hey, Savvas. For those of you that already know her, the lead actress is Tori Kostic.
Hi.
Lead actor is William Kircher, joining us from New Zealand.
Hi there. Hello. Kia ora.
The composer is Dimitris Mann. Dimitris. Hey.
I'm from Los Angeles.
The producer is Melissa Gutierrez.
Hello.
Hey.
And the director of photography is Manuel Velasquez.
Hi.
And Manuel, you're in did you say Colombia?
Yeah, in Bogota, Colombia. Yeah.
In Bogota. Hi. So everyone, we're just gonna. We've already started a little bit of the conversation, but let's just keep it going. We were having a great time. Tell me some of the funny stories that happened behind the scenes that was going on while the film was being shot.
Actually, having heard everybody's stories, I wanted to share the story of how I got to meet Savvas. It was actually on a different panel where I was talking about film and music. And then Savvas had a question, and his question was, can you have a film, can you make a film without music and without a composer? So he did give me a hard time a little in the very beginning. And I think maybe one of the reasons why he chose me, because I was the only one who actually said, yes, you can make a film without music. And one of my favorite films, actually, Deliverance, has no score besides the dueling banjo scene. So we got to talk after that, and I guess, we figured things out, and I was able to change his mind.
Yeah, that was surprising because the whole time, like since pre-production, he was saying the movie is not gonna have sound. He sends me the first rough cut, and I'm like, wait, what?
I remember that.
I'm hearing music. What is it?
Well, all right.
Process.
So it was not going to have a score. It was not going to have sound. What was that?
Score, I
Well,
think.
initially, I wanted to make a very uncomfortable movie with no music, only the sound of sound effects and all that stuff. But then I changed my mind.
Now, Tori, I've heard William talking about something that happened on set involving a vase.
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
We have this scene where it's like a fight scene, and we have this prop vase, and I'm supposed to pretend to hit him over the head with it. But about on the third take or so, I accidentally really hit him in the head with it, and it shattered, and it looked great on camera, but it was not supposed to happen. Later.
What?
It's a surprise for both of us.
It was really, really funny. It was insane, actually, because the vases were made especially to break, but they were made to break against walls, not against heads. Savvas said to me, typical freaking director, said, "Oh, we got the wrong vases. They're ones that only," or Melissa, you might have said it, "they're only made to break against walls because we didn't get the thin sort that you could break against your head." And then Tori was doing it, and we had the camera on, but at a kind of a different angle. And she really connected, and it really freaking hurt. But I was really excited because finally we got this. We really got something that was quite special. And then we set it up as a stunt and really broke on the back of the head. And that freaking hurt as well. Tori?
I was really scared. I was really scared that moment.
Actor down. Lawsuit. You'll be hearing from my lawyer. Young man.
We have someone in.
It was great.
We have someone in the comments saying, "I thought the way you used sound in this was extremely effective. It conveyed her anxiety and fear and dropped off as soon as you realized that there was no buildup. I thought it was excellent."
Yeah, and that's a good time to mention Javad Emami, the editor and the sound designer. He's fantastic. He was gonna be here, but he couldn't. So thank you, Javad, if you're listening.
So on location, again, going back on location, was that one house that you filmed in, was that something you found, or was that something that one of you guys lived in, or a friend of the family? That was an excellent location, by the way.
Yeah, we took like how many trips, Melissa? 5?
Like 5 trips to Brightwood. Looking at every single house that you can think of. Finding really interesting people. Finally, we found one, and we were very lucky. I think that like every single piece of Catherine's Lullaby just like worked together. Like I'm a believer, and I think that everything just worked perfect. And you know, like the owner of the house was like, "Mom, let's do it," and the deal for it. It was the house where we were living as a crew too. So it was the location and our like, house. So it was very interesting to have the whole crew living together. Felt like a reality show, creating a movie and also like a movie in the crew because it was kind of some tension there sometimes. But yeah, interesting.
It was one of the most exciting things was that look, because what I said earlier, and I'm going to reiterate, it's true. Sometimes you do a project where everything just kind of magically comes together, and that is actually centered usually around somebody like Savvas, who can pull a team together. And the house was incredible as a location. It could not have been more perfect for the movie. The big fence all the way around it. It had the size, and the house became a character in the movie, which is actually just fucking fantastic. Yet again, Savvas. So thank you, and Melissa, for finding that place. It was amazing, beautiful.
Manuel, how difficult was it to shoot on location then?
No, this is actually amazing because I'm very used to this kind of shooting style, to shoot on location. I did a lot of documentaries in my starting, so it was great. I really prefer to shoot in location most of the time. It's a very beautiful place. Very like the texture of the walls is very dark, so it goes very well with the movie.
And it's a huge house. Like it has so many rooms that you like. Of course, we condense everything to make it look, you know, like it was just like living room and then her dad on like the basement. But like that house had like a huge like playground where all the crew was like playing and like they were like hanging out. Like they had like a huge yard where everyone was like playing soccer.
Yeah.
So it was a great location and a great living place.
Yeah.
That was one of the favorite parts, playing soccer after we wrapped every day. That was so fun.
It wasn't fun when they broke the window.
Yeah. A free season go into the window. That was
lunch times.
Yeah. Lunchtimes I mostly nap though. Get a good nap in during lunch.
Hey, we shot the hell out of that house, didn't we? We used that house.
Yeah.
By the way, I do have a lot of selfies with you guys sleeping.
I've seen some.
Someone's asking, how long were you in the house for?
We shot 18 days and we were like 3 weeks there. 3 weeks.
We had 2 days of prep and then 1 day of prep. So 21 days in the house.
Javier mentions here, writes, the house was definitely key in the story and all the surroundings. The location was a total hit.
Hey, Javier.
Shout out to Javier. He's our script supervisor.
Yeah.
And we had that one pool table in it, so we got to have that little wrap party after. That was super fun. In the frat house, as we called it.
Well, watching the film, there's a lot of physicality involved in these roles that you guys had to go through, both, you know, the entire cast. What was that like to go through all of the running and all of the, I mean, there was just so much physical action happening throughout that film. Tell us a little bit about that process, Tori and William.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of running for me. So before I shot it, I was, you know, working on my running, trying to get in shape and be ready for it. It was my first time working with a stunt coordinator, with our stunt coordinator Stanford, so that was a new experience for me. But yeah, it was exhausting. I didn't expect it to be so like physically draining. Like it's kind of the thing where like your mind knows you're acting, but your body doesn't. And so every day I was just like, ugh. But it was definitely worth it.
I spent a lot of time pretending I could run and then recovering from. There was a lot of figures. The thing is that it's once again the spirit of something like this, because it's a bit like making a Kiwi film, actually. And so, because you're such an intense little team, Tori and I went to places that normally I've worked with actors, and Tori, thanks to you, darling, because you are a fabulous actor, just throws yourself into the role. Some people would go, oh, no, don't do that, don't, I might get hurt, But Tori and I, we just threw ourselves into it. We were just so bloody into smashing each other up. Falling and doing it for real. We loved it.
Yeah, I was really lucky as a director having these two guys. Like, it was amazing, guys. Thank you.
We just wanted to go there, We just saw and we just thought, okay, you fall over, you get hurt. No, we were careful, and we had a stunt guy there and all that kind of carry on. But it was just a matter of, wasn't it, Tori, of just actually doing. We were immersed in those roles, and we weren't gonna screw it up.
Yeah, we weren't holding anything back. We're like, let's just do it.
This was the thing. This was it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Kevin Marshall writes in and says, praise for William Kircher for nailing the alternately protective / paternal and unhinged / inappropriate aspects of Evan. And that laundry room scene will forever give me the creeps.
Which one? What did I do?
Yeah, I gotta say, when I first saw the film, I was so enamored with William's performance. Like, I knew working with him that was great, but when I got to see his character arc, like, all the way through, it was so seamless. I was just like, wow, this is amazing.
Oh, thank you. I haven't even seen it, but that's what I wanted to say. What I want to say is, and I keep going on about this, but back then, when we were making that, I could see what we are doing right now. I had a feeling, and so did Tori, actually. We all had a feeling that this is going to be something special, and I haven't seen the film, but the reactions from people at seeing the film are just everything that we could have hoped for, making that movie in that house, of people really becoming immersed in the film and seeing Savvas's dream become real. And it was, so I'm looking forward to seeing it. And Tori, congratulations on your nomination for Best Actress.
Thank you so much.
You better get it, because we all need the money.
So a question for Tori, and this comes in from a viewer. I know this is a very difficult role than you've had in the past. Was this a hard transition for you?
Well, at the start, it was definitely overwhelming, to be number one on the call sheet, like my first lead in a feature film, like this is it. But we had a really intense rehearsal process for a few weeks before that definitely got me prepared. And I found that Savvas really involved me in the process in a way that I hadn't been before, where it's not just like me yes-anding, like I'm here and I can bring my own ideas and opinions and thoughts to the table. So it was like a new sort of collaboration that I really got to step into, and that's what was different for me.
And William, for yourself, I mean, you've come from some huge films with the Lord of the Rings trilogy and so many others. I mean, you've gone from one side of the spectrum to the other in your career. What was it like shooting this particular film?
Well, I've already said most of it.
Yeah,
I just absolutely loved it, every inch of it, because it called on the intensity of working in that house for 3 weeks, called on your absolute experience as a person and as an actor. It really gives you a chance, that intensity, to discover something. And right from the start, when I spoke to Savvas, right from our early conversations, I just knew he was going to magic. He just had, I looked into his past and saw he won all these awards, and I think this fucking guy is going to go places. And the script right from the start, everything was just felt right. And so I just, it was a great experience. I mean, being in the freaking Hobbit was an amazing experience, amazing 4-year experience. But sometimes it doesn't matter about the size of the film. It's to do with and it's not to do with the money either. Luckily, it's to do with you as an artist being able to explore, working with such lovely, lovely, talented, incredible people that are all completely focused. The chance for Tori and I to play and look into each other's eyes and really, really delve and play into those roles day after day after day in the same environment. It's a magical experience, and hopefully one day it'll all happen for us all again in our own different ways. But this one was special, so I wouldn't change a thing.
Wow. Well, let's not go into any spoilers here for those that are watching that have not seen the film or not seen the ending. But let's talk about that ending a little bit without being too spoilery. Yeah, how can we do this? That was without revealing anything, it is those last 15 minutes that really, at least for the Nevermore committee, it's those last 15 minutes that really bring in the film into focus.
It's when the aliens land.
That's another film, actually.
Sorry.
I think Robert Woods is in here watching from Perth, and he's with an ideal host, and that is actually the same concept. But seriously, that ending, phenomenal ending. Did not see it coming. I don't think anybody could have predicted where the film was going. And again, not wanting to spoil anything, the concept. Savvas, tell us a little bit about again, without spoiling it, why did you want to go there?
Oof, that's a tough question. But, like the condition that the character has, it's a real condition. And I actually read the book about it, and I talked with the author, and there were 2 different endings that I wanted to do, and I chose this one because it's a little bit more complicated. I don't know what to tell you. Anything.
I'm gonna say something, and it has been the most difficult part to shoot, to edit, and I think that it played it really well. I think that Savvas has that sensitivity of changing the whole thing one day to the other. And when I was reading the script, I was like, okay. And Savvas was like, what do you think about it? And I was like, I was expecting something like this from you, but you nailed it.
By the way, I want to say something before, like William said. I was really happy for William to be on set, because when I was nervous, he made me not be nervous, because he was joking all the time. Everybody was like, "Oh, we're behind, we're this, we're that." But William is always, fun, and he was a great addition to the movie.
I agree. Sunshine personality every day on set.
Shut up. We were only there for one reason. We're all in Wrightwood every day from bloody 6 a.m. till freaking 11 at night, living, breathing that film. That's what we were doing. And there was nowhere to go, nothing else to do. There were no nightclubs. There was a bar, but and that was part of the magic.
So what was the hardest scene to film?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Well, to me, it was
Tori?
There's a few ones I'm trying to pick.
That many.
With no spoiling. It has to be a scene at the beginning.
Right.
Everyone got hard. Everyone, I know, twist their ankle or like something happened. And the first and second day that were like the exteriors, like shooting in the middle of the forest, everyone was just like falling, and I was like, oh my god, another person is gonna get hurt. Like I was just suffering from everyone, like just like tripping on like everything, and Tori had to like run a lot in the forest. So I think that one was really hard for me as a producer, thinking like we are in day 2 and we can like lose our actress. It was hard.
Yeah, those first 3 days out in the forest, I was like laying on the floor and getting all these scratches from all the leaves and all the twigs and all that. I was like, all right, here we go. But yeah, I don't know. There were a few scenes that were definitely high intensity emotion. And so through the process, I really got to like learn how to manage my energy, and like I had other scenes in the morning, you know, how to turn those high intensity emotions on the back burner and turn them down to a sizzle until it was time to bring them out. So that was definitely something that was difficult, but a really, really valuable experience for me on this.
And William, do you have any memories?
I do. A tough scene was the scene outside in the car in the driveway, because the car alarm going off, the most obnoxious freaking car alarm you could possibly imagine in the world, in this quiet little mountain town. And nobody knew how to turn it off. Remember that whole process to turn the bloody thing off? You have to get in, turn the key, turn the light, and we'd all run screaming.
There was also when the power went out, if you guys remember that.
Oh,
the generator.
That's right. Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
They closed the power down in Wrightwood.
Yeah, we lost 3 hours.
I have to say something, and it's like the character has a diary, and like she writes everything. I have a diary on production issues that we had each day. One of those was like, okay, we don't have electricity, and we weren't informed, and we were calling the owner of the house like, we don't have electricity. And he was like, oh, okay, I think that is for 3 hours. And I was like, do you know how much it will cost me 3 hours for production? So it was hard going to get like generators and like coming back with other solutions on how to shoot different.
Of course, Briley and Manuel found a way to light a specific moment in the movie, so we said let's shoot that. So
with LED lights, we had some battery lights, so we could like save some time with this. There was a question for Dimitri.
Would you like to talk a little bit about your process, Dimitri, and where you drew inspiration from for the score?
Oh, yeah, sure. When we first started talking with Savvas, we both agreed that this particular film didn't have, our approach would not feature any long themes besides the one main theme that was actually played on the piano as the source music as well. And we discussed early on about creating a very unique sonic environment, which is something that I always do when I start a new project. So besides the thematic or motivic identity of the project, I really feel it's very important to have a unique sonic environment. So I always start by creating a lot of sounds from scratch, and sounds that will become the life of the characters and or the places, because we discussed with Savvas that we wanted the house to be a character as well, and for certain scenes we wanted to score with that kind of view. More specific in terms of the sounds that we wanted, we knew early on we wanted some metallic sound, both unpitched that we're going to use as percussion, and pitched but slightly out of tune. So you'll hear a lot of bell-like sounds. And we wanted it to feel a little like a cell, like a bird cage, but also a little surreal, like a dream catcher. And another thing that we discussed was having pitch shifting sounds that feel a little like a constant downward spiral. What else? We also played with piano sounds a lot. I experimented with different room placements, far away sounds to the isolation, and up close for Evan's craving of intimacy, wanting to have his daughter back. What do you think, Savvas? Anything that you had in mind?
I think I really missed coming to your studio and doing music, man. It was great. Like we didn't. We actually wanted the music to be by characters, and like as Dimitris said, every room has to have a different kind of sounding. So I think that was the main idea. Yeah.
We have about 10 minutes left, and I thought, well, this is the first time that you guys have been together as a reunion. Why don't I hand this over to you guys? Are there any questions that you guys, now that you're together for the first time, have always wanted to ask each other?
Ooh.
You guys, why don't William, you've got that grin on your face. I knew it was going to be you. So
what's your next? Savvas, what's your next film? You mentioned it when we spoke yesterday. You said you've got something really freaking exciting happening.
Oh yeah.
Are we allowed to know about that?
Well, I've been writing a lot, and I have this script that I really love, and I'm trying to raise the money for it now, but I'm in a good way. So let's hopefully, I don't know, in a year from now, maybe we can start shooting. It's a psychological thriller with a little bit of horror elements. But yeah.
Everything takes 2 years with you, Savvas. It's 2 years to get the freaking film made, and then it's 2 years for it to get it perfect before you release it. And I actually love that. I think that's fantastic. You were in no hurry. You wanted to get it right.
That's true. Like on editing, we took our time, because me and Javad, we've seen it so much, so we wanted to take a break, like a month or two, not watch the movie and then come back and fix stuff. So I wanted to be perfect. It's my first movie, and we worked really hard, so it had to be perfect. So yeah.
Your attention to detail there paid off.
Hey Tori, so how's New Mexico, and what are you doing?
It's good. It's colder here than I expected. When I drove over from California and we drove through a snowstorm, I was like, what?
How long have you been there?
Just a few weeks, actually.
Oh, okay.
Getting settled and starting to audition, and yeah.
Is it quite a healthy, because that's a big change from LA, because you've been building your career there and done stuff. I mean, is there a good film kind of industry there?
Yeah, there is.
The screen industry? Oh, okay.
I'm coming too, and it's exciting. I just wanted to change of pace, and now I feel like the right time, and so I made the move.
And is the weather good?
Yeah, it's getting warmer, but it has been snowing the past few weeks, which I'm not used to at all.
No.
Bundling up, but it's good.
Yeah, we haven't had a very good summer here. It's been really gray. It's gray today. I don't know if you can see.
Oh my God.
Let's just see. It's gray.
What a horrible view. I'm so sorry, William.
The house, don't get excited. The house needs about $1 million spent on it, but the view is insane.
So I want to ask every one of you, what are you guys doing next? Like any movies, any stuff?
I'm looking for a job. That's what I'm doing. I don't know about Tori.
Yeah.
Except I did get this really good news story.
Nice.
Book, full page. Oh, I don't know if you can see it. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Full page. Wow. Look at that.
That's amazing.
I'm famous. I just don't have any money. But No, the industry here, I might as well talk about this because it's just as interesting as anything else. Peter Jackson Studios are over there, over the other side of the harbor, over there, where we shot The Hobbit. Now, they are being used for Avatar, all the sequels, but they don't use any actors. They use a lot of stunt guys and a lot of green screen, and they have used background talent. But so that's happening down here. In Auckland, they are shooting UAP, which is United Artists. It's untitled. And it's the new Lord of the Rings Amazon series. They're shooting that, but I think they're younger. They're going younger, you know, because we get the briefs because my wife's been an agent. So they're going younger at slant. So, there's not a lot of work here. I'm dying to get back to LA, where there's also no work because of COVID, but I do miss it. It is there is a feeling in LA of a land of opportunity, as we all know, because we all come from different parts of the world and we all went to LA. And so there is that, isn't it, guys? That you can be in a cafe anywhere in Los Angeles and there's going to be people at a table talking about a project, talking about a script, talking about music, Dimitri. It just has that vibe. And I miss that like crazy, I have to say. But there's bits and pieces happening.
Looks like a question popped up in the feed about would you consider to shoot in another language? That goes for the team.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Looks like Javier came up with that one.
Any language you freaking want.
Yeah, be pretentious and say the language of cinematography.
Very good.
Well, for me, I will shoot a movie in Greek for sure. But if I hang out more with Manuel and Melissa, maybe in Spanish too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Does shooting it in Kiwi count?
Sure.
Because we talk a bit different, mate. We talk like this. G'day, how are you? You doing all right? Good on you, mate.
Everyone was speaking Spanish on set, so I think that everyone picked it up a little bit.
Yeah, there was a lot of Spanish on set, wasn't there? Yeah.
So as we round out this conversation, any last words that you guys have to say to each other or to the fans or to your newfound audience that's now watching this film around the world?
Well, I just want to say, because some people reached out and they said good things, so thank you guys if you're listening. It gives us great, positive energy to make more, and thank you for that. And I hope you really enjoyed the movie.
I will say, I think that learning from the experience and learning from Savvas, just don't be afraid to produce, Sometimes people get scared to do their first film, but just determination. I think that Savvas was very focused and brought us together to be as focused as he was, and don't be smart with your first movie. I think that's how it was great, just choosing a 2-character, 1 location type of movie. So in the point of a producer, you have more to play when there is a smaller budget, but at the same time a really strong story. So I will say choose your story and make sure that you just keep going. You don't wait for the perfect set, don't wait for the perfect crew. Everything is gonna get together if you just believe it and just go for it, Be ambitious, but at the same time be realistic with what you can do.
And another thing I wanted to mention is that thank you everybody on set, every production side of the movie. You guys are fantastic. And Jim, such a great festival, man. It's
Thank you.
Fantastic. Really.
Thank you. I want to say to people that have watched the film, thank you so much. And please, if you like it, please share and tell people and share it on social media. We need the money. No, it's not to do with the money. It's just that because we put so much of our heart and souls into this thing, we really want it to be like our baby that then goes out into the world and goes places. And so thank you for your kind comments. And yeah, please tell people. And to Savvas and Tori and Dimitri and Manuel and Melissa, we have got to get together for the Los Angeles theatrical premiere. We just have to. We've got to see each other again, and it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's what I'd love.
All right. Well,
thanks to Nevermore. Thanks to Nevermore for having us.
Well, I just got to say thank you to Savvas and Melissa for trusting me with this role. I had the most incredible experience, and I'm just so grateful this got to be my first opportunity to have a lead role in the feature. So thank you, guys. It was amazing.
You have to wait.
All right. Well, thank all of you for taking time out in your busy schedules and in the middle of the night around the world or in the early afternoon, no matter where you're broadcasting from. Thank you so much. Thanks, you for Nevermore. As people are saying in the comments, in whatever you do next, we hope you do some more horror and genre movie works and have them submitted to the festival. We hope all of you appear in films in the future that are back at the festival. And much, much success to Katherine's Lullaby, to each of you. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
and so
Thank you.
bless all of you. Thank you for all of your hard work. It always pays off when the film comes out the way that Katherine Lullaby's turned out.
Fabulous.
Truly.
Kia ora.
All right. All right, everybody, let's sign off. And so goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye. Love to you guys. Love.
Thank you, everyone.
Goodbye.
All right.